This weekend at Silverstone, the Retro Rallycross Championship comes to a close. The four-wheel drive class already won by Derek Job, the retro class by Ian Biaggi, so it's super retro that we concentrate on with James Harrold, the man to beat. Ray Morgan is ahead on points after qualifying, though, tying with James Harrold, and they'll be on the front row with Paul Easterbrook for company. Rob Gibson, a man to watch in the Metro 6R4. The Metro on the second row of the grid. Ray Morgan is on pole position for this final race of the season. Ray Morgan's Escort, James Harrold's Beetle, Paul Easterbrook's Toyota MR2, Gary Dixon in the Astra lining up alongside Gibson. Then it's Ian Biaggi's Mini, Simon Hart's Escort and the Lancia Stratos of John Cross. We go racing! As expected, four-wheel drive traction, rockets Rob Gibson through the front row and he leads up towards turn one. He should get away from the rest of them here. His four-wheel drive rival, Steve Harris, not getting into the final after a driveshaft problem during the day. So Rob Gibson it is who, in theory, should romp away with this. It's great to see the 6R4 in competition. And John Cross with the Stratos finds a face full of Paul Easterbrook, who ends up squeezed into the tyres, gets Ian Biaggi in the back of him. Over the jump, Rob Gibson it is then that leads in the 6R4. Ray Morgan third, delayed possibly in all of those skirmishes with Paul Easterbrook coming out of turn 3, and it means he's got John Cross in the Lancia right up behind him. Down towards turn 7, the fishtailing Ford keeps the Stratos at bay, but only just. John Cross back in Rallycross. He was a real stalwart of this in the 70s and 80s. He's been off circuit racing and building up businesses, and this great charismatic car crawling all over the back of the Escort now. James Harrold goes through second, and then in third as they come over the line is Ray Morgan. Fourth is Gary Dixon, and John Cross was fifth, but he's up the inside line going through now. No, he's not, because the door is closed. Gary Dixon in the Astra fends him off. Not that long ago, the Astra was a competitive Super National car, but the Mark II Astra now falling into retro, where perhaps it's a more competitive car, and it has taken an outright final win this year. That's Ian Biaggi going through in the Mini. He is the retro class champion, and that Mini, very charismatic car for Rallycross historians, because there were hordes of those square-nosed cars in period, and the ex-Dave Pritchard car going well here. The Beetle just ahead, but Ray Morgan now crawling all over the back of him. Out of turn 7, Rob Gibson in the Metro getting away a little bit, and the Beetle is starting to come under attack. Morgan guns the engine as he comes back onto the tarmac, goes diving up the inside. Is that going to be second place? It is. Ray Morgan through on the inside line. Good move that. James Harrold slots back in behind him now. Ray Morgan in second place, and he gets himself up past the Volkswagen. So Morgan second, pulling clear once again. Going deep into turn 1 with understeer there. Simon Hart in that ultra smart John Taylor recreation Mark 1 Escort. So Gibson it is that leads the way. Morgan second, and Gary Dixon looking for a way to get past James Harrold in the Beetle here. John Cross falling back a little bit. Simon Hart there under attack from the recovering Ian Biaggi. Remember that he was delayed on the first lap with that skirmish with the tyre barriers. He goes through, and the Mini onto the approach for the last lap now. Out of turn 1, Rob Gibson leads. Is he playing with Ray Morgan here, or can he genuinely not get further ahead? You would think perhaps with the traction and the drive out of the corners that he would have all the grunt to get away, but Rob Gibson coming under attack from Ray Morgan. It's great to see the 6R4 being treated with caution over the jump. It's a valuable car, that, not to say the others aren't, but a 6R4 with a continuous history like Rob Gibson's car. It's the one he used to use in the 80s in Rallycross when he forsook Porsches, the former Ford dealer. He comes now through the right-hander. He leads the way. He's on target for a victory here. And Ray Morgan, a great ambassador for Rallycross, is up behind him. Rob Gibson, one of the prime movers behind the retro Rallycross movement, is going to win at Silverstone, but only just. Ray Morgan gets him on the line, does he? Side by side they go through. We look at the timing screen to see who the winner was, and Ray Morgan, I reckon, just had his nose in front when they came across the line. Rob Gibson dominates the race, but loses out perhaps just at the very conclusion. Ian Biaggi comes through now, up towards the line. The Mini set to win the retro class in the championship. So Ray Morgan confirmed as the winner by 0.148 of a second, mugging Rob Gibson on the line. James Harrold third to win the super retro class. Ian Biaggi is the retro champion ahead of the absent Mark Finch, and Simon Hart in third. In Super Retro, James Harrold, the champion from Gary Dixon and Ray Morgan. Derek Job, the four-wheel drive class winner.